My name is Melina. I am the Animal Rescue and Care Manager of Arcturos. I work here for 18 years now. Arcturos is a Greek non-profit organization. It was founded in 1992 in Thessaloniki. The first reason why the organization was founded was the phenomenon of the dancing bears that was very common for Balkan countries in the past. Animals that were tortured in very brutal ways in order to give some private performances in squares, in villages, wandering around like small circuses. In the sanctuary here we do host 22 bears. They are separated in different parts. They are separated according to their character and their age, pretty much. We have 11 wolves. And we have 5 lynxes at the moment. And close to all this, Arcturos maintains an emergency team, the team of the biologists, so that we can have all the actions for the conservation of the species, so the protection of the species in general, and not only the animals that are living in captivity in our sanctuary here. When Arcturos started its actions in 1992, 1993, one of the first population research that happened in Greece showed that the population of bears, wild bears, would be something like 80 to 120 bears living in the wild, which is a very small number, of course. At the time, we still had dancing bears, we still had circuses performing in Greece with animals. We still had issues with captive animals and much more problems with illegal hunting of the bears. We would also have people that would kill an animal and they would take it around the village to show that they did it, even though it was illegal. After Arcturos started its actions, it's very positive that a lot of these problems are solved. Like, we don't have dancing bears in Greece, we don't have, except a zoo in Athens, we don't have captive bears anymore in Greece. We have no circuses coming here, so we have generally solved pretty much a lot of issues that have to do with captive wild animals in the country. But we still have issues with bears in the wild, and that's why we are still go on with our actions. Most of the problems with the mainly bear population today have to do with illegal hunting of the bears, illegal killing of the bears. That would be maybe from illegal hunters, poachers, or farmers or shepherds that would want to prevent any kind of damages that they would have in their property. Another threat would be the poisoned baits that would affect any kind of wild animals, foxes, wolves, bears. We have seen that in the past, found bears that would find in the necropsy that they were poisoned by illegal baits that somebody would drop. We don't know who does it and why it would be done as a practice. And anything that has to do with the damage that somebody can do in the in the habitat of the bears, like big fires that we have the last years, or any big constructions that might take place in big forest areas. As for the population in the wild, there are many different actions that took place, and generally the communication that the organization has with the government and with people that have changed the attitude that the people have towards that species. I would say that with bears it's a little better. People would respect bears more today. Wolves are still considered a species that it's harmful. People think that they would do really big damages. I think that what people still don't get is that it's all a chain, what we do. For example, Greece is a country that we don't have really big populations of deer in our forest. Which means that we have less prey for the wolf to eat. We have less areas that are not distracted with different kind of actions from humans, like wood timbering or big roads or hunting. We have few forests that are wild and easy for them to go there, live, chase, and interact only with their species and not with humans. So, for example, if we did have bigger populations of deer or wild prey for the wolves to eat, they wouldn't have any reason to go close to the livestock and try to find food with cattle or sheep or goats. So again, it's a matter of training and a matter of education and a matter of respect, wildlife, respect, living in the wild. And it doesn't only have to do with shepherds, it also has to do with hunters that would have to hunt only the species that they are supposed to be hunting and not other animals. This way, they could start living in better terms with wild animals in their area. So we can't discuss about protecting of the bears or the wolves if we don't protect the animals that the shepherds have. We try to suggest them different kind of measures so that they won't have any reason to kill the bears or the wolves that live in the area. And that's the reason why the program of the Greek sheepdog started, because this is the best way to prevent damages from bears or wolves in a flock. So we can provide puppies to a shepherd and we still have communication with them after we do. A Greek sheepdog is the best dog to protect the animals here in Greece. It's effective, it can be working in difficult weather situations, like a lot of hot days in the summer and cold in the winter. So people that did get the Greek sheepdog from us are very happy with how it performs, and it's the best solution for preventing damages from wildlife. One of the best parts of my work is the program that Arcturos maintains for the rehabilitation of orphaned bears. This is something that would never happen in the past. When an orphan bear was found, it was brought into the sanctuary and it would stay here with the other bears, with it having no behavioral or health problems. At some point, we followed some protocols given to us by American scientists, and we tried our first rehabilitation program for orphan bears in Greece. So we had 2 male orphan bears in 2011, and we raised them with this special protocol, not in the facility here. We have another special facility which is not open to the public, of course, and only 2 members of the staff are having access to taking care of the bears. They don't see other people. They are fed in a special way. They are raised in a special way. And when the time is good, they are released back into the wild with a radio collar in order to monitor their moves for the first couple of years of their lives. The first time that we did that was with 2 bears, 2 orphan bears. So it was very new for us, very new for the organization. And the bears were released during winter period, which is a difficult protocol to release animals actually in the middle of the winter. The bears started their hibernation process within our facilities, and then we transferred them to an artificial den that we created in the wild in the middle of winter, and they continued their hibernation outside. They started moving around only in spring, and they were monitored about at least for a year. They were separated for a while, and then they got back together. They hibernated together again for a year, and then we lost them. So we dropped their collars, and they are adult, so we didn't need to monitor them anymore. Since it was the first time that we did it, it was something that was really successful. It was a really emotional moment for all of the members of the staff. After that, of course, many cases followed with orphan bears that we accept. We are working with different countries that they would bring their orphans to our center, and we raise them for them, and then we release them back to the country that they are coming from. So it's a very big and encouraging project, and we're very happy that we can do this. The main goal of the organization today would be the protection of wildlife and the biodiversity in general. A lot of the things that we do today we didn't do in the past, so it's an organization that has ongoing actions, and this is really important, that we are not settled in a goal, and we're always trying to do new things that always have an effect. I think that the quote that represents our work, it's written in some signs as you approach the area, writing in Greek, we live together. It's not them or us. Okay, we have to survive. Nobody has to lose their property, nobody has to have damages in their area, but we have to find a way to live together. And this doesn't need necessary and extreme measures to succeed. So we don't really have to extinct bears, we don't really have to shoot bears, we don't really have to hunt wolves in order to do that. We really have to find different kinds of solutions in order to succeed to live all together.